right, hey guys, I'm here. Hold on just a second. Sorry, it's a few minutes running away. I was trying to find this. I was trying to find this poem that I really wanted to share. I read a lot from this book from Danna Faulds. It's Faulds is her last name. It's called Go In and In. And I was looking for a poem. I thought it was here, but it might be somewhere else, so I'll find it and I'll share it with you. But it talks about getting in the canoe of life and going along. And when you hit rough waters, keep paddling. And when you enter calm, do the same. So it's kind of the same idea. So I sent out an email to some of you who are on the mailing list this morning. If you're not on the mailing list, just send me a private message and send me your email. I'll add you. I won't go into all the details, but I'm trying to set up like a community class option. I'll do it on events so that we'll have a set time and I'll actually start on time. And we won't keep the posts up indefinitely because then it's just going to be just too much. So I think that is the majority of it. And also I want to mention my teacher Rolf Gates is doing a live stream teaching people to meditate. So if that's something you've been wanting to do but feel like you haven't had time to do, he would be a great resource. He's an awesome teacher. Live, and lots of other good yoga stuff going on all around online. You can find it, check it out. So I will start with reading this one poem that I did find that sort of relates to how I'm feeling now, and hopefully it comes across as some benefit to you. So it's from the same book I was just telling you about. My book is well loved. I refer to it a lot. It's called Let It Go. And it says, let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding on of dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go, let it all go, and flow with the grace that washes you through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanation that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let it go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let go, let it all go, and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. So, that's called Let It Go. It's on page 48 if you have the book or if you want to get the book. If you attend class with me, it probably sounds familiar. And I'll look for that other one that we can share together. And, email me, message me, let me know. Once I can figure out what I'm asking for feedback on what a good schedule is for everyone, where we can all sort of convene at the same time. Once we get that, I'll have some resources available for you and let you know where you can get them or what I can do. So I'll keep doing Facebook Live, and for those of you who would like to, contribute, when I set up the community class, we'll just do it like our regular community class, and this which are $5, only if you can, and if you can do it once and not again. If you can't do it at all, it's fine. I really want to stay connected now, and I think this is a great time to build and strengthen our community, and I love helping people just get in their bodies. And When you're in a rough waters, you keep paddling. When you get to the calm, still waters, you do the same. So then it feels less scary. It feels more familiar because we're doing it all the time. So yeah, let's move a little. Focus on grounding, and and I'll just look here and see if anyone is saying anything they would like to. Hey, if there's anything you'd like to do. Hey, there's my sis. Okay. All right, well, let's see what we can do. Go ahead and come to your comfortable seat. Maybe that's sitting on your mat, maybe you're in a chair. And then lift up nice and tall through your spine. If you're uncomfortable in your low back or your hips, sit up on a little blanket or some sort of pillow or something to make yourself more comfortable. And let's just all take a big inhale together. Hold the breath inside. And then open your mouth and let it go. Let it go. One more time. Big inhale. And exhale. And just settle into your breath. Finding that equal inhalation, exhalation. In and out through the nose. If it's helpful, you can inhale and count to 4, and exhale and count to 4. If it's a new practice, it can be harder to focus, and if it's an old practice, it can be harder to focus if we have lots of things going on. So give yourself space and allow. Remembering we always practice ahimsa, and ahimsa means non-violence, no pain or judgment in your practice, easing out instead of pushing through. Remember, we practice on our mats so we can live it in our lives. We practice nonviolence. We practice strength. We practice flexibility. And the more we can practice these things, as in everything, the more natural they become. And just gather your hands together in front of your heart and bow your chin in. If you have an intention or a dedication you'd like to set, you can bring that into your practice. Could be peace, could be health, or maybe you have someone who you'd like to send out positive prayers or energy, someone in need right now, send it to them. And we here together, sharing together, sending out that positive energy. And then just interlace your fingers and stretch them forward, round your back and tuck your chin. And then reach up high, relax your shoulders down. And just add a little bit of space between your ribs, just gentle stretching side to side. So gently making room. And then just reach up high, relax your shoulders away. Let your left hand come down and let your right arm reach over. Keep pressing down through the right hip. Keep reaching and breathing. You can keep this arm up high. Some of you might be able to keep melting and drop the elbow. If it makes you fall over, then you've gone too far. Keep breathing. One of my favorite songs, Don't Forget to Breathe. And then go ahead and switch sides. Let's take that right arm down, reach the left arm up. Press down through the left hip. And breathe. Keep melting forward, creating space for ease. And then on your next inhale, come up nice and tall, reach both arms up. And then just take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, stretch them towards the floor. Stay here or lift the arms up, away from the back. Breathe into the fronts of the shoulders. Remember, you're not dropping the spine. If it makes you go forward, you lifted the arms too high. Find that balance. Place between effort and ease. Everything in life is working towards balance. And then go ahead and drop the arms down and sweep them back up. On an exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, twist, look back over the left shoulder. And then inhale, arms high, exhale, twist to the other side. And just breathing, staying with your breath, being in your body, and see how you enjoy it. You get a certain spot and you enjoy it. Remember to do this for yourself every day, whether I'm here or not, and then reach high, and let your hands come down. And then gently make your way to hands and knees. Find a tabletop position. Rest your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, hold here. Breathe into the low back. Wait for another exhale, push the floor away, arch the back high, squeeze the belly in. And then just move with your breath, inhaling, sway back, and exhaling, cat. Keep cycling through your breath. So I have another friend who's doing a chakra meditation. And it starts tomorrow, which is Wednesday, Christine, at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you're interested in that, send me a private message. I can give you the details on it. Connect you to her on Facebook. And then wait for your exhale, return to your flat back. And then just look over your left shoulder to your left hip, press the left hip forward. And then look around to the right. And then come back to center. And just rest in child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, hips towards the heels, forehead towards the mat, surrendering, coming inward, letting go. hips. And just put your right ear on the mat. And just feel connected. You know, we don't spend a lot of time usually on the floor. It can be really connecting. Can feel very grounded. Maybe you have a dog on you right now, or a cat. And then just take your other cheek and put it on the side. So this is actually a pose. It's Adavasana, or it's kind of like Shavasana on the back, but you're on your belly. So Integral, they do this every class. And then just push up to hands and knees and tuck your toes this time and let your hips reach back so you can breathe into your feet. And then on your next inhale, just come back to hands and knees. And then just make your way onto your bottom. Swing your legs out in front. And let's just take them nice and wide. Walk your sitting bones forward so you're pulling the flesh of the bottom away. And you're sitting up as tall as you can. Again, if it's not comfortable to sit up, you're going to grab yourself a little blanket or bolster where you can push your hips up, which will allow you to sit up tall. And then just put your hands on your shins. And then slide your left hand over towards your left ankle. And just see what's going on here in the neck and move it around. There's a time to be still, there's a time to be calm, there's a time to move, and I know some of you out there would probably enjoy a more rigorous practice, and I'm excited about doing that too. So let's take that right arm up alongside the ear, only if it feels good, and keep reaching. Some of you might be able to drop the left arm down in front of the cap. Keep spinning your heart open. And then engage and squeeze in your belly to come up, and then wiggle your shoulders. And slide to the other side. Stay right here. And just breathe. Move your head around a little bit. See if you can release the neck. And stay there, or let that left arm go up. And stretch. And then go ahead, come up nice and tall, squeeze your belly, wiggle out your shoulders. And then just bring your hands in front and just walk them forward. Just until you feel a stretch in your inner thighs. And breathe. So it's going to look different for everybody. Some people are going to have just a little walk. Some are going to be able to walk it way out in front. Some of you might be able to drop your chest and chin towards the floor. And then walk it back in and bring the bottoms of the feet together. And just do a little butterfly. And you can stay up here or again fold in towards your toes. So same thing applies here. You might be up high, you're not straining to get there. Some of you might be able to surrender your head all the way down. Wherever you are, breathe into where you are. It's just like the poem, right? Just breathe. Just accept where you are and let it be perfect. And make the best of where you are and know that it's where it should be and you're supposed to be. And then on your next breath, just walk your hands up. Bring your knees in. Just kind of hug yourself up into a tight little ball. And then go ahead and sit up tall. Take your hands behind your back and just rest into your hands. And then just lift your shins up. See if you can get them parallel. Keep lifting your heart and breathe. You can put a little bend in the elbow to lean back a little. Rest when you need to. And then just go ahead, sit up and drop your heels and rest forward. And then we'll stay here, or we'll do that again, maybe adding on a little bit this time. So rest back into your hands, bend your elbows slightly, maybe shins up, breathe. You might add a little kick here. Feels like too much, stay still. If you need more, maybe extend the legs and breathe. And then go ahead and drop the feet, sit up nice and tall, hug yourself in. And then just sit up and keep your right leg in, let your left leg extend. Heart up, shoulders down. We're going to twist out our back, keep it there, or cross it over. Hug the knee with the left, look to the right. So intentionally stay connected and down low today. Breathe. Wait for your exhale, unwind to the other side, look all the way around. Make your hip lifts up a little. Nice stretch right here. And then bring it back around and switch. Heart up, shoulders down. Keep it or cross it. Hug the knee. With the right, look to the left. And then add that elbow only if you need more. So if you don't need it, hang out where you are. And then wait for your exhale, unwind, look all the way around to the other side. And then make your way to center, plant your feet. Pick up your bottom and walk towards your heels. Go ahead and come on to your back. And just hug your knees into your chest and rock it out. And then they'll just do our little air chair. Learned that one from Rolf. So it's legs up. And then just bend your knees until your toes drop out of sight. So notice I'm creating a 90-degree angle here. Put your hands above your knees. Straighten your arms completely. Push the knees away. At the same time, push the knees back into the hand. And the low back pushes into the floor. So this is a nice way to create strength in your lower abdominal muscles, which also strengthens your back, without any flexion in the back. So no sit-ups, although, those are good too. And just breathe. So if you're not shaking, you're probably not doing something right. So find that place. So kind of play around with it until you'll be like, oh, that's what she's talking about. Okay? Keep pushing towards each other and the low back down. So there's my shake, right? It's like, and breathe. Come out when you need to. And then just gently let the knees hug in and rock it out. So that's something you can do for yourself every day, strengthening your abdominal muscles and your low back. take your feet as wide as your mat. So if you're not on a mat, it's somewhere about, your mat's somewhere, like 18 inches, 20 inches, something like that. But you want the pinky toes near the edge, and then just keep your feet where they are, and let both knees fall to the right, look to the left. There was a pop. So the trick is don't move your feet. A lot of times when people come together or do this, they'll put the feet close together, and it creates a different stretch. So this gets it down the front of the thigh, also in the back. And then go ahead, come up and let it go to the other side. And you're looking the opposite way the knees are going. And then go ahead, come back to center, heel toe your feet in, hips width apart. And just take your right leg straight up in the air. Interlace your fingers at the hamstring, circle the ankle. Reverse the circle. Relax it, stay right there, or walk your hands further up your leg to deepen the stretch. So remember, you're not bending the knee, you're isolating this stretch right here. You're focusing and you're breathing and you're in your body. And then cross the ankle over the bent knee, find your figure four, energetically press that right knee away. So stay here, you can add the hand if that feels good. You should start to feel a little stretch right here in the inner thigh. Stay there or pick the foot up. Right hand goes between the thighs, left hand wraps around, and you grab the left thigh. So some of you are hanging out here, the stretch is going to be in the right hip. Some of you are going to be able to take the hands to the outside of the shin. Keep flexing the foot. So if you've already gone, if this is way too much, you're just staying here, right? So listen to your body. Those of you who need more, it's like rock the baby on your back. You wrap the elbow around the foot. The other elbow goes around the knee. And then you start to extend this back leg to a hover. And it's really going to deepen that stretch in that space right there. And breathe. And then just bring it back in. Drop that foot. Send your right leg straight up in the air. Flex it. Squeeze the muscles. Push the low back into the floor. And slow as you can, lower that right leg. And once your leg touches the floor, give it a little rock. And just take your arms out into a T position. Let this knee go across the body. Knee to the right, gaze to the left, and breathe. Stacking your hips. Keep the left shoulder on the mat. So if you twist too far with this knee, that shoulder's going to pop up. It's more important to keep the shoulder down, and breathe. I like to support this leg by letting it hang out behind the lower leg. And then go ahead, come back to center, and hug it in and rock it out. And then plant your feet and take your left leg up and over, make that figure four. Push it away energetically first. Just use the muscles on the legs. You're going to feel a stretch in the front of the hip flexor. You might feel it right here in the glute. You can add a little pressure if that feels good. Stop when it no longer feels good to your body. So stay there or pick it up. Left hand through, right hand around, grab the hamstring or the shin, and breathe. So remember, some of you are staying here, some of you are going to do that rock the baby option. The elbow wraps around the foot, the other elbow wraps around the knee. You drop that back leg to a hover, and breathe. And then bring it back in. And drop that foot. Send your left leg high in the air. low back pushes down, slowly lower the left leg. And again, that uses your core by keeping the low back down. Once the leg is down, do a little rock. Arms in a T, and you're going to take this knee across the body, knee to the left and gaze to the right. And keep breathing. So remember, if you go too far, this is going to happen. It's more important to keep that shoulder down and look to the right. Stay with your breath. You're present, you're in your body. And then come back to center. Hug it in and rock it up. Stay here or bottoms of the feet together, knees press away. Stay there or both feet high, happy baby. Any movement that feels good, rock a little side to side. Some of you holding your feet, you might want to straighten one leg and the other. Some students say, their practice isn't over if they don't do the happy baby, right? And if your feet are up, bring them back together. If your knees are wide, pull them in. If it feels okay, hug yourself up towards your knees. Come into a tight little ball. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, stretch it out in both directions. And relax. Go ahead, settle into any position that feels good for your body. I should say relax your body. And then check out your low back. You can put a bolster under your knees, palms up, shoulders down. If it feels okay, legs extend, shoulders away. If you have a legs up the wall practice, you have a free wall where you're practicing, you can go over to the wall. If you don't know what that looks like, I'll walk over here. I'll be small and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. All right, so you come against the wall with your hip against the wall, and then you lay back. As you lie back, you just bring the legs up the wall. So your bottom is as close as feels good to your body. Your legs are up, and you just relax here. When you're ready to come out, you just hug the knees in and roll onto your side. So just stay in your relaxed position, whatever that looks like. I'm going to stay right here. And if you want a longer Shavasana, feel free to turn the audio off and just rest and regroup. If you'd like to stay here with me, I'll guide you through. Just imagine a beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head. As the light pours through your body, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the nose and mouth are relaxed, the ears, the cheeks, the jaw and chin are relaxed. Neck and shoulders, the arms, hands, and fingers are relaxed. The chest with your heart and lungs, the abdominal area with all your organs, the upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. The hips, the pelvis, buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, the ankles, feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. And I'll close by reading the poem that's on the opposing page. It's called Sangha, which is community, which is what we are. It says, teach me what I cannot learn alone. Let us share what we know and what we cannot fathom. Speak to me of mysteries and let us never lie to one another. May our fierce and tender longing fuel the fire in our souls. When we stand side by side, let us dare to focus our desire on the truth. May we be reminders, each for the other, that the path of transformation passes through the flames. To take one step is courageous. To stay on that path day after day, choosing the unknown and facing yet another fear, that is nothing short of grace. So bringing the awareness back to your breath, deepen your breath. Let it fill your body with life. And bring your subtle movements to fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch from fingertip to toe along the floor. Stretch it out. And then just hug yourself up into a tight little ball. And carefully roll to your favorite side, whichever side feels right for you. Find a few breaths in the fetal position. And in your own time, when you're ready, carefully make your way up to your comfortable seat. And we'll find our tall spine. Palms down if you feel like you need more grounding. Palms up for more energy. Remember our Yana Mudra, focus on balance in our lives. The reminder that we are okay, we are whole, we are connected. Find your breath. Remember your peace is always within, regardless of what goes on around you. And keep sharing your light. Hands together, bow in, give gratitude, and look for the joy. Namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice. I hope we're together soon. Let me know what you need.